the station of the new generation. This is 99.5 Play FM. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, titos and titas. Okay, we're ready. Our guest of honor is here. Multi-talented. She's a video creator, singer, songwriter. Whoa. Sometimes she's in Australia, sometimes she's in Manila. We're happy she's here. Everyone loves her. Give it up for the one and only Miss Hannah Pangilinan.
Yay!
Thank you so much for dropping by.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
I know that your schedule is crazy. You've been going around all the stations today. So let's get to it. You have a new song called Limits.
Yes.
Top of your head, what's the first thing that comes into your mind? Like, how does it feel now that you're finally done with it and that it's finally out?
It's like a breath of fresh air. Finally, people are being... Well, this is the first song that I wrote that's out there.
Right?
So, as a songwriter, that's an achievement in itself.
Definite milestone.
Yes.
Right? And, well, I stalked you on Instagram because I had to.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
My research, I had to do my research. And you had a launch for this song.
Yes.
Right? How was that? Where did it happen?
Happened at Jess and Pat's.
Okay.
And it was a very nice, intimate launch with the people who it was like super last minute, like a week. We gave
you
a
planned
week's
it
notice,
in a week.
but it was like a perfect venue for a song to be released that was very intimate, and I was able to hang out with the fans that wanted to see me.
When was it? When did you have a launch?
We had it last Saturday.
Last Saturday, okay. So the people who were there, they were the first ones to hear the song.
Yes.
And did you perform it live?
I performed it acoustic.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so it's a different version.
It's a different version, so they've never heard like the version that just came out today.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay, props. And how was their feedback? How did they react to the song?
They were bobbing to it, which is what
Okay.
I really wanted because it's a kind of upbeat song. And so, when people are bobbing their heads, you know that you kind of got a groove
Like,
there.
oh,
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
good. Did you cry?
I was close to crying.
Okay.
But it's a pretty fierce song, so it's kind of funny if I would cry with it.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. All the friends were there. All your family members were there.
Yes, very supportive.
Oh, that's
and
pretty
we had
cool.
guests, Jensen Gomez,
Nice.
and Hala, and
Okay.
Paulo Sendejas.
Love it. Okay,
Yeah.
so you released your first song. It's called Limits. And what is your plan for the next coming months or year even? Because I know that you're working on an EP,
Yes.
right? We'll get to that later on. But how is your focus on music now? Because you're doing a bunch of other stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure.
How much of your time would you say are you allotting for the music?
See, the thing is, I think a lot of what I do does stem from writing, just in general, because I write every day in it.
Wow.
Sometimes it turns into music, sometimes it turns into a video idea.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? So it's not like a lot today I'm gonna do just music.
Okay,
It just kind of happens, because I just
whatever
write all
you feel like you want to do today, I'll do that.
Yeah, but
Okay.
of course we have an EP that's coming out in December, so
Woo!
that's something that I really am excited to finish in the recent. Yeah.
Okay, since you mentioned your EP, a lot of your fans are actually asking about that as well. My personal question is, how much of it are you already done with? Like, how many percent would you
80%.
say? 80%?
Yeah, 80%.
Okay, how many tracks are going to be in the EP?
5.
Ooh,
Yes.
okay. Exciting.
Yes, very exciting.
Alright, so from the press release of the song, it says here that you tried to explain, quote unquote, when the line between emotional support and emotional dependence isn't drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know it's kind of deep, but
Yeah.
in layman's terms, especially for our younger listeners,
Yeah.
how would you explain that to them?
I think when it comes to like having relationships, not even if it's just like a romantic one, but just in general, sometimes people who are close to us need to know where our boundaries are, so that we don't, hurt people unintentionally.
Okay.
And so people need to know like how much you can actually ask from a person, and when it's too far.
That's a good message.
Yeah.
That's a good message, and it's something I believe that when you're at a young age, you learn it as soon as you can
Yes. For
to
sure.
avoid all that conflict
Yeah.
in the future. Okay, so there's also a line towards the end of the song. It goes, "I just don't wanna know you anymore." Okay? Yes. It's very straightforward. It's right in your face.
Yeah.
But have you actually ever said this to someone?
Maybe not said to someone, but maybe I wanted to.
Like you were about to send that text message and you're just like, no,
Ah!
delete. Okay, so you guys are gonna hear that in the song later on. Okay, when will you be performing this live for the first time with the current version, the one that you
The
released?
current version, we just released the live version with the current version last week at I
Okay.
Asa for the first time.
Oh, nice!
Yes,
Nice!
so they got it early.
Oh, how did that feel when you performed it as compared to the acoustic version?
It was more, I think I kind of owned it more because
Okay.
because the song itself is very, yeah, it's something that you can dance to, it's something that you can groove to, and when you're doing that with an acoustic guitar, you can't really.
That's
be super
different.
expressive.
Yeah, it's just more
exactly.
chill. Okay, but I asked this to all of the artists that guest here. Where do you see your listeners listening to this song? Like, is it something that you can imagine them chilling with in their room? Something for a road trip? Is it something for, while they're studying? Where do
Yeah.
you see them listening to it?
Well, I think when it comes to all of my songs in my EP, I would want it to be something that accompanies them during traffic, where it's like, if they're in traffic and they're really stressed out and they listen to a song like mine, they're gonna be like, oh, you know what? I'm fine. Like, I'm chilling. Yeah.
It's a feel good track.
For sure, easy listening.
Okay, so among your favorite artists, I saw that you like Daniel Caesar, you like Hon, Tomish, is it?
Yes, comment.
Okay, among all of those guys, or whoever, if one of them were to cover this song, who would you want it to
Whoa. Oh my god.
Right?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I would really want maybe Rex Orange County.
be? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And maybe they can put their own little twist to it.
Yes,
Oh,
and
that'd
maybe
be,
he could be like, hey, I covered a song, you want to collab? I would be like, yes.
that'd be cool. Okay, so real quick now, I have some questions for from your listeners.
Cool.
From some of our listeners on
Let's
Twitter.
do it.
And okay, let's go through them real quick. We've already talked about the story behind Limits. Okay, their question here is, how are you managing school, family time, and your career?
Oof, it's hard actually.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning how to adjust to that, but it's all about, I try to plan out what my week looks like at the beginning of every week.
Okay, that's a good system.
I divide personal, professional, and relational. So I try to cover all the ground.
What about the rest?
Well, everything kind of
You
covers that.
got a lot of time for rest.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, that's true. That's
Okay.
true. That's a personal thing.
Follow-up question for them. They miss your vlogs. When is the next one coming out?
This week.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, this week.
Editing it.
And you probably get this one a lot, but they wanted to ask, will you have a collaboration with Janina or Frankie or your brother?
Oh my gosh. I would like to. I mean, I'll ask them. I'll text them
Right?
right after
Okay,
this.
okay.
I don't